Hi, morning to you, Gary. Thank you. Good to see you. All right, today is the 8th of September, 2021. Today, Wednesday. All right. Bitcoin plunged overnight. Coincidence or on purpose? Now, what we know is that, morning to you, Cheng-Kui, El Salvador, they basically went in to buy their first round of Bitcoin. And as they were buying, the coin went down. Initially, it was okay. Suddenly, it just came down. So straight away, right, there's two trains of thoughts here. One is that someone tried to sabotage. Two, someone is orchestrating to make sure that someone get it cheaper. So I'm not too sure which is which, but definitely it's all right. Bitcoin yesterday suddenly just came down by 10%. And some of the coin went down by 20 to even 30%. All right. In fact, Cardano, our ADA coin, went down by almost 30% in just an hour. So that is how crazy cryptocurrency can be overnight. But then again, when the market sells, it could present a great chance to buy again. So I'll leave it to you to decide. I'll talk about this Bitcoin shortly today. Okay. So sorry for the blurry of this cartoon. This is the best I can find, but I like this cartoon. I'm starting the mutual funds for investors who ain't bright enough to know their alternative. It must be a huge market. Otherwise, most people would invest in index fund. What's an index fund? Oh, ouch. You're making me whack too hard. Okay, if you understand this joke itself. All right, this is very, again, no, this Dilbert is he's actually trying to be funny, being sarcastic, but the way he put it across is very, very meaningful in my opinion, and it's very, what we call, very smart way of sharing stuff. All right, so he's trying to say is that right now is that he's trying to sell something to this guy here itself, and apparently this guy knows nuts about the market, and apparently that will be very easy to target to sell. So that is how things work in the financial market. Like example, back in 2009, the Lehman Brothers, when the CDO itself, the credit default obligation, the collateral debt obligation, the time is so, the word was so wow, impressive, right? But remember, after that itself, when the people unearth it, it's like, what? He's taking all the toxic asset to put together and sell you for money. So this is how the world works in a way, all right? So this is why I say that, you know, we're talking about really people who have the license and they're actually doing all the funny thing in the world. And of course, at the end of the day, they don't get caught. That is how the world works again. Incredible. All right, disclaimer as usual, right? Please make sure that you read this above and you have done that. You accepted the above and identified me. Okay. All right, now our Hang Seng M1 trading program has been pretty well received. We have about 50 members now. We started off with only 5 members 3 weeks ago to a month ago, and now we have 50 members already. All right, and of course, I've just uploaded yesterday's video. Okay, I did it. It's a 1 hour and 36 minute long video. I think it's pretty comprehensive. I think I covered most of it. I think so. So as long as you go to our TWB revision group, you will be able to actually watch this video. All right, enjoy it. Now, once you have done it and you think that you want to continue with us, join the subgroup, okay, and then get the daily recap. Now, I committed to do a daily recap of 15 minutes to half an hour every day, but of course, sometimes it stretched to an hour. And the daily recap is not going to be like a fixed timing because it's really depend on my personal schedule. So when I can, I will do it, but definitely be done in the same day. Then of course, if you miss it because of my schedule, right, you can watch the replay on the special special Facebook group. All right. So this is what happened yesterday, I believe. Yeah, I show them where it's a buy, where's a sell, where's a cut loss level, what can you do, very detailed stuff. And of course, people come in online and they also listen to it. Quite a few people listen to it. So guys, if you want to be part of this, just contact Keng Hua, okay? One of team leaders, Keng Hua, he will assist you on that. Okay. All right, just to recap what happened on last Friday, we have the non-farm payrolls at 235,000 jobs, right? All right, we asked you guys to actually tell me that, you know, what's your verdict and your take. So apparently we have no winners. I checked through the list. Everybody majority is at about 600 to 700 to 800,000 jobs. But of course, we know the job came out 235,000. So no one was near. The closest was actually Keng Hua, 555,000. Okay, but that is like way too far away. So I can't give him two. So this whole thing will snowball. So no winner means snowball. to 6.8 ADA coin the next time. Okay, so what can we look at for? But the thing is this week itself, right? I cannot see anything that we can play because really the JOLTS job opening is always pretty flat. Initial jobless claim is kind of expected also. Inventory is a bit gambling, so I don't want to talk about it. Then PPI numbers, is very rangy, so there could be winners will be split up. So this week we don't have anything to really to guess around. But we do know that today JOLTS jobs opening it is going to be the numbers have been moving up all the way steadily. So I cannot quite surprised to see the number. Actually, the previous one was 10.073 million. They kind of looking lower number. So I'm gonna just for the sake of having fun with it. Okay, just for the fun of it. I think that this will be about 9.8. Okay, just for the fun of it. I think so because the last month all the ADP, NFP is so low, right? So I just believe the number will be lower just so for the fun of it. All right. This one we will just leave it alone. We will not do anything for this week. We will just continue with that. Okay. So this one, will that affect market? Well, doesn't really affect, although it's a triple star rating, but I don't really remember that this doesn't really create any big movement here. Tomorrow, jobless claim, yes, and Friday PPI, yes. All right, so Dow Jones overnight lost about 270 points last night. Okay, it came down first because of the yields are going up. Then it tried to recover, but by the midday after lunch, it came back down again, close near the low. And of course, when the uptrend market close near the low, usually will attract buyers. So traders do expect some buying today in the market if the market stays above OP. All right. Oops, sorry. Okay, so the Dow Jones dropped 260 points as investors grow concerned about the Delta variant impact on the economic recovery. So again, now they go back to the Delta variant again. So apparently the Dow dropped 269, the S&P dropped 0.3% only, and NASDAQ only, and in fact NASDAQ went up by 0.1%. So you can see that the market is kind of torn apart depending where you're seeing it. Goldman Sachs actually downgraded its economic outlook, I told you yesterday, and of course they're saying that it's the Delta variant and the fading fiscal stimulus that is causing it. Now they're looking at 5.7% on the GDP because previously the consensus was 6.2 and their target was 6.5. Now to knock it down by 0.8, it's quite a fair bit, all right? So I don't know whether you believe in what Goldman Sachs says. Now the thing is this, for S&P right now is down a little bit. It's still, it's not too just only starting about a month, so it's still too early to call. But of course, we know that statistically September usually not so fantastic, so that's what's happening right now. But if you look at the overall picture, the market is still pretty positive, and the market expect more passive investors to come in. So that's why I would say that bullishness is still on the card. All right. Okay, so let's just review what happened on yesterday's market. Now, one thing that yesterday you must take note is that the opening price of the Dow Jones last night. Okay, the Dow Jones yesterday in the morning, in fact. Sorry, let me just bring it in. The Dow Jones yesterday, you look carefully, the opening price was 35,460, right? But the high is also 35,460. Can you see that? Yeah, I draw it for you now. Now, this is called a flat top. This is called a flat top. And a flat top itself, whenever you see this, that means that the market is kind of bearish, at least for now. So when a market flat top means that the high opening price and the high is the same, usually means there's a sort of sell orders in the market, and you can see that. If it's a flat bottom, meaning the opening price and day low is the same, then usually the market will go up. So therefore, this is a flat top, and hence when the market breaks below pivot 2, right, naturally below OP, below pivot 2 to sell. The only thing is that the KSI was supposed to be green, and then the market is supposed to recover, but at KTR -1, -2, -3. So let's see whether did it actually recover for yesterday. Let's take a look. All right, so the Dow Jones, once it opened straight away, it had to go down already, but it was sideways. There was no movement, no trigger, nothing can be done. And then after that, suddenly it went down, broke below P2 during the cash market open and sell down all the way. All right, there were no indication, no technique, no trigger, nothing can be done. And then after that, only at the bottom, the sell is to recover at KTR near -3. Now, of course, as you know, already, right, when a KSI is green, normally you'll recover in KTR -1, but you don't see any CCRY. At KTR -2, also no CCRY. It was almost near to KTR -3, then the market recovered. So that's why when the price was coming down, I did mention to you, those who are short selling the market do consider to buy back some profit, and indeed the market after that recover. But of course, towards the end, there was some profit taking again towards. So that yesterday really got no trade. For the Dow, really, other than you do a discretional short, there's nothing you can do yesterday. Really, I'm not kidding you. Even 260 points, there's a lot of money there, but I don't lie to you, there's really no available trigger yesterday. Things like that. We are very, very open here. When we don't have, don't have. Nothing to do. But you know that when the market go below pivot 2 itself, you cannot buy. Below OP, below pivot 2, you really cannot buy. So if you have do a discretional buy, right, you'll be hit. And of course, pivot 2 yesterday was very near to the MA30 level. So when the market lost the pivot 2 and MA30 level, that's when the market collapsed. At least came down for an hour. So again, all these plays a part when you are trading the market. It's very important to put all this technical level, right? Good morning to you, Eric, Cheng Kui, Alex, and Ko Seng. For gold was even clearer. Gold opened straight away, went down below pivot 2. And even though the KSI was green, yes, there was no blue bars, all looks good, but the market kept on selling. Okay, so that's the reason why I keep on telling you these indicators all indicators in the world is all right. Be it whatever you have. There will be point, it will be like a forward indicator. There'll be time, it'll be a laggard indicator. So you need to have techniques. Technique means that what you're seeing right now, what you're supposed to do. So the techniques already tell you below OP, below pivot 2, right? It's a sell already. We all know that below OP, below pivot 2, it is a sell. All right. So of course, if you look back in the chart right now, you can see very clearly, everybody take a look. So initially the market opens. Now the market can't even go up to KTR +1. That is the first sign of trouble. Okay. Then you notice this guy is a BNB. The high of the day already is a BNB. You notice that? Yeah, it's quite incredible, right? You already know something's fishy already. Then of course, when the market breaks below OP and pivot 2, this is a sell signal. Now, of course, to you that say, Cal, the CCYR is too far away, I don't want to sell. Fair enough. Then the market went down to KTR -1 and it stops there and then it recovers. But when it recovers, right, once it comes down here, this is a point that I want to stress. Now, when the market comes to A, you can short, yes, indeed, because it's already below OP and it's already below pivot 2. You can short. You don't need to have any triggering because it already triggered the moment it goes below pivot 2, below OP. Understand my point? Right? So if you understand, please key number 1 right now. For those who are online now, if you understand what I just say that you can short at A, please key number 1 right now. Okay, thank you, Eric. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Janet, Han Yu, Alex, Richard, King Hua, Toming. Okay, yeah, yeah, here we go. Okay, because people still asking me, Cal, can we sell? Is it a trigger? I already tell you this, below OP, below pivot 2, by default already is a trigger. So you can sell. So if you are shorted gold, this is the first wave. And beautifully, you will know where to take profit because KTR -2 was here. It stopped there beautifully. Then it rebounded, right? And then another CCYR developed. Okay, now you short here. This is your B. Okay, at B, this is where you short. Now, of course, you may say, Cal, if I shorted here, my stop loss should be here, right? Yes, by default, your stop loss should be at C. But the problem is that your entry price to C is so near. You shouldn't be putting at C. You shouldn't be putting at C. Shouldn't. Too near already. You should put where? Should put at maybe here. Okay. This is where. If you want to really go towards it, you can put somewhere around here. But this is actually an inverted V. Can you see that? Yeah, at least somewhere further away to protect yourself, your interest, because it's very easy for the market to play punk like this. So my point is this, you shouldn't put a stop loss at where you should put, which is at the point here itself. You should put somewhere further away, okay? But B is a short confirm. Then the market did a CCYR again, and this is where you should short again. This is D. So A, B, D is a short. A, B, D, all are short. And if you have done that, walao, see? Wow, the market went all the way down for you guys. So you realize that, right? The thing is this, Dow Jones was down at 260 points. But the gold also came down. So it's not what you know is that when equity market goes down, the gold will go up as a form of like, contrary towards it, like, like a hedging tool. It doesn't work that way. I already tell you many times, sometimes yes, sometimes no. So when the market when this kind of fundamental, whereby you say it's a fundamental, but sometimes yes, sometimes no, right? I kind of like disregard on it. And I tell you before that you just have to follow the rules. That is more important. I think what until today itself, most important is that you have to remember this. You are here to be a trader, and our job is not to analyze the market in terms of fundamental. Now, I know where people like to have fundamental, want to know this, know that, but end of the day is this: if you don't trade the market according to what the system you tell you or the thing that you believe, then it's pointless. It is really, really pointless. So I cannot understand that yesterday when gold, the last few days when we are supposed to buy gold, people short gold. And yesterday when gold came down, right? I mean, so many people so quiet because why? Everybody wanted to buy gold instead. Oh my God. You got a point, because it's very clear that yesterday when the gold was coming down itself, many people want to buy gold because they are probably their own conventional indicator call for buy. Because the last few days the market was on the way up. So it's very easy when the market comes down, right? The conventional indicators will flip over to call for buy and you get caught. And that's the reason why I've been telling you this is do not use conventional indicators. Use TWB system because it's the most updated way of trading. Okay, I don't know whether you believe in this. For those who share the same thoughts, right, please key number 2. If you don't share the same thoughts, it's okay. Those who share the same thoughts that actually conventional indicators or conventional method, right, has its downside. Press number 2, okay? All right, so while you're doing that itself, right, let me tell you further about this global news right now. There's so much news to cover. Not to say covered by 9:10, but let's continue that. Now we have 328 new locally transmitted cases. Oh my goodness, okay? And you can see that, right, the number since 21st of August, or to be precise, 22nd of August, the number has really shot up, okay? And this is actually a very big concern because we're talking about locally transmitted cases. Because if you look at the daily, the import cases, the number has dropped to almost like 4 to 5 on average already. So that means that we internally itself is having a bit of problem here. And that is the big concern here for us. So for us itself as Singaporean, we need to be very careful because this is gonna be very scary because we really don't want to become like our neighboring countries, and then we got really massive craziness there. All right. Okay. So of course our list 600, this 328 have received global attention. Oh my God. Even Bloomberg's covering it, and Bloomberg put us side by side with the US cases. Oh my goodness. Okay. So apparently, right, just yesterday alone, 435,000 cases. Oh my goodness, really. One day, okay, 435,000. That is like probably like, almost like 8% of our whole population, okay? And in US alone, 73,000 cases. Oh my goodness, US alone. But the thing is this, you don't see the US covering on that, right? That's the point. So it is really very scary. And apparently it's right, okay? The Singapore authorities in ruling out reimposing pandemic restrictions. So that is very, very disturbing because we all know that. And of course, this morning, right, I wanted to go to the office to do my MAO, but when I look at the Grab prices, like they shoot up. So it seems like people is very scared. They don't want to go and take the public transport anymore. They want to take the Grabs, or Grab is doing something here. So I'm not too sure what is what, but definitely this is going to affect life. Definitely. All right. So let's talk about the Bitcoin now. Now, El Salvador basically bought 21 million of the Bitcoin, okay, and become the first country to make it a legal currency. So they bought it 400. I mean, honestly, I was 4,000 coins, but 400 coins for $20.9 million. Okay, it's a legal tender. The type of feeling is okay. So apparently, right, they came out with this thing, the new wallet app called Chivo, and apparently, it says that, right, okay, they bought it, and of course they say that our broker will be buying even more. Okay, so at the time when they were buying, the Bitcoin was trading at $52,000 US. Pretty good, right? Then after that itself, right, suddenly the thing plunged. Okay, wow, just like after they buy, they tweet and everything come down. So of course there was some criticism on this. 70% of the people that they surveyed, okay, all right, apparently disagree. They feel that this is really, something new. They don't know how to use it, and there's risks and stuff like that. But of course, to the government, they say that this is good, and of course, this will help them a lot, especially to the financial services. I think more important thing is that it's more to capture the market for remittance, because remittance actually accounts for 24% of the country GDP. That's a lot, man, for remittance. Okay, 24%. And of course, if let's say, and if Bitcoin really from today 52,000 goes all the way up to 200,000, wow, that will definitely, make people very happy. And of course, that will probably let the current president stay longer in his term. All right. So this is how I see it, okay, in the market. So immediately after the president actually tweet that he's buying, okay, straight away the Bitcoin just plunged. I also was shocked. I was also shocked because yesterday I was telling you guys that I'm also looking at Bitcoin to come down. And I draw the chart to show that the Bitcoin will go down to 42,000. But I didn't say that it will drop overnight. I didn't say that. I mean, I know that I draw there, but I never said that it will happen overnight. In fact, I said that maybe across 1 or 2 months. So when I was texting my friend said, Kel, spot on, man, you 42,000. I said, what? With 42,000? He tell me that, Kel, Bitcoin is coming down. Oh my goodness. I tried to come in to go and buy, but I missed the entry. I went to buy, I put it at 42,500. Buy a small amount, right? The low was 42,700. Okay, penny wise, pound foolish. Okay. Anyway, when the coin was coming down, this is the Bukele is better than me. He went to buy. Now he bought another 150 coins further. Okay. So apparently, right, the Bitcoin came down by as much as 17%, and of course, it went down to 43.05. Is the cash market. The thing is this, there was no reason for that. Mysterious sell-off or sell-off is a legitimate reason because there's no reason found in anywhere. And the selling was not only on one market, Bitcoin, so across the board. So it seems that there's only two reasons for this. Either that someone want to show something to the president, say that you play punk, you buy this, you go against it, okay, I let you suffer. Okay, that's one way to look at it, the negative way. The positive way maybe is that he has the power to tell some people to unload so that he can buy more cheap, because apparently you can see that he bought in another 150 coins. So now he's like a whale buying coins. So when I see this as well, right, this is where you take note of this. This is a very good chart that I figured out for you. So apparently, right, for the month of September since 2011, okay, 2011. All right, you can see that basically September month is never a good time for this cryptocurrency. So that's the reason why I also used this to inform you back then about my view on the cryptocurrency market in September. And I did say that by October or November, usually it'll be pretty decent. Okay, pretty decent. So that's why I say that September, you go slow, then October, you can buy more. So maybe this will help you, right? Pretty good, right? This sort of stuff. That's why this morning, my MAO took a bit longer time because I got a lot of things to share with you, a lot more to share with you today, okay? All right, so we can see that in the global news right now, you can see that this is the long short and the BTC price. The BTC price is the yellow color one. The long short is the thing. So whenever you see a lot of people actually shorting the market itself, right, you can see that Bitcoin actually goes up. So when a lot of people long the market itself, right, don't you realize that Bitcoin goes up? Very interesting phenomenon, because it's just how it goes in the market. When people don't want to buy, that's time to buy. When people want to buy, it's time to unload. But you must do the first buy first, of course. All right, so the analysts are all stunned by the Bitcoin movement. The coin is notorious, we understand, but the speed and the downside was so fast. It's as if that is orchestrated, all right? So apparently it's not right. People say the Bitcoin don't rally, we understand, but the pullback is weird, especially in the mid-morning and of course, not shortly after news broke. So it is like, hey, if it's a fat finger, fine. If it's something else, it could be worried. I totally agree with that. So that's why I say that I'm not too sure whether is it someone purposely do it to get someone benefit or someone want to try to give someone a lesson. I really don't know. What do you think, guys? Do you think that it's time to buy Bitcoin? Do you think it's time to buy Bitcoin? If you think it's a time to buy Bitcoin, put BTC yes. If you think that it's time to sell Bitcoin, put BTC no. All right, let me see your answers right now. All right, now we do have a little bit of market information I'll share with you. So I'm going to push it a little bit more. Just hang on for me. All right. Now, first of all, when this morning on CNBC, I was looking through and getting myself ready for my morning MAO. Then I saw this. Morgan Stanley downgrade US stocks. Oh, okay. But at the same time, right, Barclay raises S&P forecast. So professional with different views, apparently, all right? Professional with different views. So I can tell you this, we can come from the same school, but end of the day, we have different thoughts. So even you are a big boy, you're professional, you're licensed, you still can different. So of course, my view could be very different from another trainer view. So this is very normal in the market, all right? Whether is it because it's like purposely doing that, but you can see it's side by side. Okay, incredible. So Soros says that the BlackRock investment in China is going to be disastrous. He said that it's a tragic mistake, and he believed that this will put on risk for the money invested, and he believed that this money now will lose money. So apparently, George Soros, of course, the world one of the most leading, best hedge fund manager, is saying that. But of course, we also know BlackRock is not just only another individual. BlackRock is a very big company, one of the biggest, and they are saying that they still believe in China. So that's why Soros is like kind of pissed off again. So because they say that Xi Jinping now is trying to make it easier for foreigners to come in, but he also wants to make sure he tighten his grip. So that's why you can see a lot of things is trying to, change around in the private and the technologies and cybersecurity sector. Okay. But of course, when Soros saying this is all right, very interesting. Yesterday, Hang Seng went up. We saw the China share went up because why? Apparently, Chinese stock recover. Yeah, Chinese stock recover. In fact, it went up by 1.6% yesterday. And of course, the main thing is that Meituan, Tencent, Alibaba all recovered. Why? Because Tencent came in to buy back. Now, this is very clear. When you try to come and buy back position itself, right, it's pretty clear that you want to, make sure your price goes up. But when you do repurchasing of shares, right, it's a good thing to do. But if the market knows that there is no upside here, and they will smell blood in the water, things can go very ugly. So that's why this is something that we need to watch out for. I try to see whether can we do some Tencent later. All right, okay. So I think now it's 9:14. I just hit here a bumper here. Okay, hold on. I will just correct this. Okay. All right, we come to this views in a short while. Let's go to the market right now. Okay, so let's look at the market right now. For the market, let's take a look. Okay, so first of all, China A50 this morning, again, morning we saw a bit of gap down effect. China opened and went lower, trading lower right now, but it's still above MLP. Now, look at it yesterday. Yesterday, we draw the MLP line. Can you see that? We draw the MLP line, we draw the MA line. All right, watch this, guys. I go back to the chart first. Okay, you can see that yesterday, the market beautifully, China A50 came down. It misses the MA30 level. Looks a bit different, huh? Then after that, once it hit there itself, right, it recovers. Hey, sorry, is it MA30? Yeah, correct, MA30. See, there's a difference here. Okay, so what happened is that it misses the MA, it hit the MLP, and once it hit the MLP, it actually recovers. Once it hit the MLP, it actually recovers, and China A50 shoot up. So that's why I tell you this MLP is very, very powerful, because all you need to do is this. If you are bullish in the market, you just have to wait for it to hit the MLP, recover, and you buy here. So your risk itself is just only here, entry price and stop loss price. You see that if you are bullish, and if you buy here itself above the MLP, right? You held it up, right? Wow, look at it. If this is like you reach $100, example, then you will make at least $800. So this is better than options. You know that a lot of people be asking me, KL, recently options is very hot. Why can't we behave at options? Actually, we are doing something like options. You are taking a downside risk for $100, like options like that. You buy, and the risk is down, is limited. But the upside potential is, incredible. Of course, no one will know that you go to $800. I mean, it will go up by 8 times, 8 folds. But even if you buy for $100 risk and the market goes up, right? You take out like 1 fold, you also make 100 for 100. So isn't that same? So actually, our index trading works the same way like, options. We just have to know how to play and position ourselves. That is very important. All right, anyway, that is another lesson. We'll do it maybe on Friday or something like that. Okay, so now let's just look at the market right now. Okay, for China A50 for today first. Okay. Let me just adjust my screen a little bit. Okay, so, sorry. Moment. Okay, so for today's MLP, we'll over here. Okay, we are now almost at MLP again. Okay, so traders, you can look out for buy position if the market hangs above that. Okay, so the MLP is here at 15,470 and the MA30 is about 15,267. So as long as the market stays above MLP, it should be relatively okay, all right, for the China A50. And you can see that almost immediately every day when I come to Hang Seng, my phone was to ring a little bit. Yeah, so I tried to, okay. Okay, today still not so bad. Okay, all right. So what happened is, excuse me. So this is the China A50. So as long as market stay above MLP, it should be okay. All right, Hang Seng. Now Hang Seng this morning gap up. Right? Interesting, right? You see that Hang Seng actually gap up this morning. All right. So you see, it's not really equivalent. All right. So let's just put MLP for today. MLP. Okay, this MLP. This is MA30. Okay, MLP, MA30, MLP, it's not that accurate. Yeah. Okay, somewhere there. Okay, not really. Oh gosh, okay. All right, so this is the MLP zone for today, Hang Seng, 26,243, okay? All right, Gary say no to Bitcoin. Should we say yes to Bitcoin? Brian say no, Michael say no. Okay, interesting. All right, so for Hang Seng today, Hang Seng Index, MLP estimate at 26,243, okay? MA30 estimate at about 25,914.5, okay? So as long as the market stays above the MLP, so relatively Hang Seng is still bullish. Hang Seng will still has the potential to go up to here. Potentially to go up to here, which is the 1x1 extension, and the 1x1 extension is still at 26,666. 26,660. Interesting, huh? 36 numbers. Okay. All right. So traders, that is the upside potential for Hang Seng. Okay, upside potential for Hang Seng. Okay, so we have the conventional. Let's look at the technical of ours. Okay, there we go. Okay, Hang Seng this morning opening price is 26,307, very near to pivot 2. In fact, opening price was lower than pivot 2, so that's something to be a concern. Okay, let me just put it in. So very simple for Hang Seng today. If the Hang Seng stays above OP, Hang Seng is up. Why? Because it's already above. It already triggered pivot 2 and it's recovering upwards, right? So as long as Hang Seng stays above OP, Hang Seng has the potential to go up to 26,673. Because the KSI is also green in color, so the upside potential is there. KTR +1, +2, the upside potential is there. But of course, if the market loses the OP, if the market loses OP, then there'll be selling. But even the selling comes in, it'll be limited to KTR -1 to KTR -2. So for me, it's all right. As long as the market stays above OP today, relatively, it's still a buy call. Okay, it's still a buy call. So traders, take note of that. All right, remember that we have to follow rules and we trade according to the plan. Okay, okay, so got it. Good. Just hold on a minute to turn off my Telegram. Okay, there we go. Okay, all right. So that is the Hang Seng for today. Okay, so we'll come back to Hang Seng later on. Let's look at the overall US market from the very beginning again, as usual. So everybody, let us understand how to use the MA again properly. Okay. Now, yesterday, the MA level that I mentioned was 35,319. Remember, 319, we wrote there yesterday. So you can see that the difference that when the market is moving, the MA will also be moving. So you realize that, right? You know, it's not very, if you look at it, if you need to keep on cross-check the MA throughout the whole day, it's going to be very tiring. That's the reason why we actually put a pinpoint level and then we stick to it already in the morning. So let's just look at it. The MA30 level was 35,319. So you look at the 15-minute chart yesterday. Okay, we look at it. Okay, you can see right yesterday, the market was basically ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. And then when it came down, the moment it came down to the 35,319 level, which is the MA30 level for the Dow Jones. Once it broke it, you can see, once it broke it, you can see very clearly, it did not only just broke it, it sliced through it itself. You can see the market collapse. So the point is this, how to use MA, I told you before, right? If this is an MA technical point, if it's meant to be a support for today, remember, MA is like very flimsy, every whole day it will change around. So once you hit there, if it's going to be a support, it will jab around there and then recover. You understand? But if the market basically goes down and slides through, then it's a sell. So basically, in short, if you're a buyer, you want it to recover, so you can consider buying somewhere here when it recover. All right, it means what you're trying to say is that if the market comes down, it will dang, 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 and then recover, right? Then you buy somewhere around here if you think that using MA as a form of support. But if the market slides through it, as you can see, it slides through it, then of course what you can do is that this is a sell order and this is a stop loss order. Can you see that? So this is how you actually use conventional MA to trade. You understand? That is the right way to use MA, and not just to see that and then ask yourself what to do next. You must know what to do when you see something like this. You got it? That is the right way to apply. All right? All clear? If everybody clear is all right, please key number 3. Because if you don't know how to utilize it yourself, even I tell you a number and you just look at it, you'll be stuck. Okay, you'll be stuck. So you must understand how to utilize this. And I told you before, right? The MA30 or the MA200 line that we carry from the day chart is to put it to get the technical line. But if you put it back into the intraday, you will see it behave in another different way. And that will be the confusing part, because I told you before, MA is never really used for intraday. It's just that it looks nice on hindsight, but seriously, I tell you, when you're trading it itself, right, you don't know what to do. You're like, buy, sell, or buy, like this, understand? And when the market goes away from it itself, right, you don't know what to do. Should I chase? Should I wait? Should I recover? Then I sell again? You understand? Immediately, there's a lot of crazy thoughts in your mind. But if you follow what I tell you, you just have a simple technical point here itself, and you know what to do, settle already. Don't you agree that my method is easier? All right, my method is easier. That means that you use the MA, you use the day chart technical point as a form of guidance, and that's it. Rather than you look through the chart, look it go up and down, you try to speculate and this and that, I tell you, you get very confused. So if you think that my method is easier, please key the word easier. All right, if you think that my method of just technically one point and we just have to use it and we just know what to do with the risk-reward ratio at this point, please key the word easier. Right. If you don't think so, then it's fine, because that means that there's about 49 of you right now. If you think it's easier, if I see more easier, means it's correct. If you think that no, Kel, it's not, then just don't type anything. Then I know that not everybody agrees with me. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So that means that at least I will know what to do. Okay. I continue what your type your answer so we can learn from each other. Okay. Now for me, the morning MAO itself is not only just for you, it's also for myself, so that I can learn also. You know that? A lot of validation, a lot of confirmation, things like that. Okay, so now for today, wow, look at it. The target is supposed to be here. Oh my goodness, everybody. Oh, this is crazy, guys. Look at it. The BNB target that we say yesterday was 35,056. Remember, this is automated, right? We said that it will go down to 35,056. Oh my goodness, look at the low of the day. Look at it. The low of the day is really 35,056. Oh my God. Again, jackpot. Yesterday, we predicted the low of Hang Seng. Today, we technically predicted the low of the Dow Jones. This type of system, seriously, I mean, the thing is this, we all know that if the market breaks below the BNBSL, the market likely will come down to here. And today, it really, really hit the jackpot. Oh my goodness. And it's like almost identical. Wow. And I told you that once if the market hit this technical point, usually there will be a form of recovery, and you can see it's really recovering. Oh my God, this is insane. I mean, this is like not acting, this is real life. We are really able to see things like that, and there's a lot of money to make as long as you use it properly. So this is really crazy, guys. So thank you, guys. You know, you really, you know, you guys online really make it confirm, because of you guys are here. It makes this sharing real life, because it's not like, say, some people, like, you know, those typical some advertisement you see, right? The guy show that they make a lot of money, and then they're like, oh wow, you know, this is really real. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you for the spot on comment. Okay, okay, so what do we need to look today? Okay, first of all, let's bring in MLP first. Okay, for those who are short, I mean, yesterday from the Dow Jones, you can consider buy back some position, okay, because the market hit perfectly the BMB minus 1x1. This is always a good time to buy back some shorts, okay, because it already hit a technical point. If the Dow were to go down further, it has to break below the minus 1x1. That means that it will go below 35,056. It has to go down more than that, okay? Okay, so first of all, MLP first. MLP, okay, wow. Oh, we are almost there, okay? MLP is here. And the MA30 is also here. Oh my God, same, okay? So pretty interesting. Today's MLP and MA30 is the same level. Not the first time we're seeing this, but we know that it happens. So, which means that today, everybody, the very important technical point for today is 35,294. Okay, so make it simple. Let me express this how we look at. If the Dow Jones stays above OP, because they have just traded the minus 1x1, if you stay above OP, you still can buy, okay? But don't buy a lot, because it's below MLP, it's below MA30. So 35,294 will be the target level. So if the market goes up, it will go towards here. So if, let's say, later on, for some reason, again, as usual, the market finds some strength and it starts to go higher, right? The Dow Jones can go back to 35,294 level, okay? But if the Dow Jones really come down, it has to break the 35,056 level, right? Because that is the 1x1 level. If it goes below 35,056, then there will be more selling, okay? So I will say this up front today, because today it touches the minus 1x1, and if it stays above OP, the Dow will recover back to 35,294 if the buying stays up. If the buying doesn't come in and the market loses to goes down, then 35,056 will be the very important support for the Dow today. And you can see it's almost perfecto. Okay, all clear on this? This is the Dow range today. All right, so let me key down for you. Dow upside potential is 35,294. Okay, support at 35,056. Okay, all right. So that is the Dow chart for today. Okay, let's look at the weekly chart. Now, the weekly chart, I already tell you about what I concern, and indeed is really seemingly manifesting. Look at it. Look at the high. Look at the way it rejected, and then look at the way it stopped there nicely. Now, yesterday I told you the Dow Jones will 35,073 is the level to watch for the Dow Jones. Remember, I told you, right? The Dow Jones, if come down, will hit 35,073, and of course, I also tell students that if the Dow come down, look to buy back at this point. And you can see that what is insane is that yesterday, the low of the day really hit beautifully at this point here, 35,073. It hits there beautifully, stopped there, and rebounded. I mean, seriously, this is not technical analysis to the point that it's like pinpoint the level, and really it happens. Really, you know, can only call for spot on, because when we were trading it itself, the Dow Jones was still kind of high, right? It was trading around this area here. So suddenly the Dow Jones really came down all the way from this point here, came down all the way, and once it touches the technical point I mentioned, almost with very little deviation, it rebounded. So guys, if you applaud on this spot on call, please key the word spot on. I mean, I think that I deserve a spot on from you, right? Because this is what we mentioned yesterday, and it really happened. And of course, students actually make money. A student making $1,000, $2,000. I know a student made at least $6,000 yesterday by shorting the Dow yesterday. I think it shorted around somewhere around here. I think so, somewhere around here. I can't remember exactly. And the person actually made $6,000. Wow, okay, $6,000 US, by the way. That was so cool, all right? $6,000 in just a single night. I mean, of course, he shorted quite a bit, but you know, because he said KL anyway, he also think the market is overvalued and he think that he did his risk reward ratio. So he shorted that. Wow, okay, okay. Oh, he makes more money than me. All right, thank you very much, guys, for those who put on spot on for me. Appreciate that. Okay, all this spot on syntax here that you have put in for me, I will use it for my marketing. Thank you. 谢谢 everybody. Okay, so now with that, what's next then? Okay, so you look at the chart again. Oh, sorry. Let me do the weekly chart. Yeah. Okay, so what we are seeing right now is quite clear that 35,073 now has to stay. And if it doesn't stay, I already told you that if the Dow Jones really cannot stay above 35,073, then the sell down could really bring it down to this point here. And this point is 33,196. Oh my goodness. So let me just put this as a devil advocate here itself. Okay. So 35,073 is the key technical point. And we saw how incredible it is. It hits there and recovers. Going down to 33,196. All right. How many points is this? Anyone help me on this? How many points is this? 35,073. How many points is this? All right. I'll wait for you to do it. I'll get some water. All right, anyone can give me the answer? 1,877 points. Wow, thank you, Brian. Okay, so let me just play this with you. Okay, let's say we talk about weekly chart, longer term exposure, okay? So what I can do is, I can consider doing this. 35,200, example. Example, okay, I don't need to like mustache. Okay, example, okay. What I can do is, thank you, Eric, thank you, Brian, thank you so much, guys. Appreciate your helping. Okay, that means that I can put a short position at 35,070, okay. All right, it means below 35,073. Okay, and I put my stop loss somewhere between 35,070 to 35,200. Now, of course, this stop loss can be any lower number, can be 35,100, 150, 188, up to you, okay, up to you. To expect it to drop down to 33,196. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is this. I'm taking a bit of small risk, maybe 150 point risk versus 1,877 point downside. So this deal is like 1:12. Can you see that? The ratio? So which means that if let's say if you are very bearish in the Dow Jones, you can short at 35,070 and you put a stop loss for 35,200 or whatever number you prefer. And then you take the number and then you take how much money you want to trade. That means that you want to see, if you don't mind losing, let's say $200, $300, $400, you divide by that. And then if the market really goes down, then consider the hold all the way down to this point. That means you hold all the way down to 33,196. That is, of course, if the market really comes down. And if it really comes down to that point itself, right, that means that whatever you invested itself, right, could actually multiply by 12 times. Can understand my point? You understand my point? That means that if the market really goes down, your ROI is 12 times. So let's say you risk $200. You can get back as much as $2,400. If you put your risk is, let's say, $1,000, you can get as much back as $12,000. I mean, this is something that, again, I'm just throwing to you to consider, because we have a breakdown in the chart. We have some of the boys are giving you downside calls. So this is considered a reasonable valid bet. Reasonable. Okay, reasonable. But of course, it carries risk because it's just a technical point, and it's just the fundamental, although it's there, overvalue and stuff like that, but still it's up to you as an individual. Okay? All right. So if you think this one makes sense to you, all right, just key the word makes sense. If you think that nope, you don't take the risk, just say nope, NOPE. So there are 51 of you here. Can I see at least 10 answers here? What will you do? All right. If you think it makes sense, just key the word makes sense. If you think that this doesn't make any sense here as well, it's ridiculous, it's gambling, it's dangerous, just key the word nope, NOPE. All right, let me see your answer today. Now today, MAO itself, I want to throw things to you. I want you to utilize it. I want you to really see the big picture. Because you look at the weekly chart on the Dow Jones, the Dow Jones weekly chart for 5 weeks, for 4 weeks, or the 5 weeks, actually 5 weeks, has been sideways, 7 weeks, in fact, 6 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 weeks, 6 weeks. For 6 weeks, the Dow Jones have been pretty sideways. Of course, it's still going up, but the downside is limited, the upside is kind of also limited. So it's like ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. And if we have suffered for 6 weeks of this market, and then now have an opportunity to make some money, then why not then? That is my feel, that's my feel. So if the opportunity arises as well, right, then what we can do is that we just try to make sense of it. But of course, we need to do risk management. Nothing is 100%, okay? So this is the thing here. Now, what if the market goes up? Okay, that's the point. If you think that, no, Cal, can we reverse this? Can we look to buy instead? Because now the market really hit the technical level and go up, right? I told you this morning as now that if the Dow Jones stays above 35,056 level, the Dow will go up. I tell you, 35,293. So I will tell you that the upside is how much, the downside is how much. So for you to go and decide which one will you want to prefer, because downside has downside way of calculation, upside got upside way of calculation. So it can be used for buying. Just in case, don't be confused. I didn't say must sell. It can be used for buying also to go back to the all-time high again. All right, it's all about risk-reward ratio. Just that the upside risk, sorry, the upside potential versus downside potential, kind of like more that the downside potential is a bit higher. Yeah, just kind of like that. Okay, not necessarily true. Okay, all right. So all clear on this. I hope everybody understand this. You do your own risk management. Okay, trade according to rules. Apply accordingly. Remember that. Apply accordingly. Okay, done. Okay, so we have that. Do we look at today's Dow Jones? Let's look at the China market first. Oh, China market has recovered. Well, good job. China A50 hit the MLP nicely and recovered. China A50 hit the MLP and recovered very nicely. That show again the bullishness in this market. So of course, China A50 can do this rebound. I'm sure Hang Seng has rebounded also. Wow, Hang Seng has went up. It stays above MLP and now it's trading above OP. So it went up. So I told you already, right? If the market basically for Hang Seng is still very bullish, so hopefully you do some buying, and you can see that it's going up already. So all these tells you that what we say in the MAO really works. And you look at it, oh my goodness, beautiful, right? The market, again, the day chart today, okay, something wrong here. Okay, the day chart is green, so the buyers will be on the buy side. Okay, the buyers on the buy side. So of course, when the market basically opens, the market should favor the buy. And of course, you can see that it's a BMB followed by a BMB CCRY. That's why zoom, the market goes up. So you again, this tells you a lot of how do you just trade in this market. You just have to follow the rules. Yes, that means that last time the Dow Jones up by 300 points. And imagine if I tell you the Dow down by 300 points. I mean, traditionally, a lot of traders will buy. A lot of traders will sell. When the market, the Dow Jones down by 300 points, traditionally, a lot of traders will sell today. But if you have the KSI, the pivot point, you just have to wait for your turn. And once the market recover above OP, it's a buy, straight away you profit. So this is how you should be trading, my friends, is to have a right tool to trade according to plan, guys. So you see, make money is that simple. For those who have made money on Hang Seng, those who are doing the Hang Seng M1 trading, I'm not too sure. I haven't seen a chart yet myself. But those who do the M1 trading, right, and you have profited from the market, please type HK. That means that if you have traded Hang Seng and you have made money, please type HK right now in the group chat, so at least I can see that you guys are making money lah. Because at the end of the day, we are all here to make money. Our job, there's only one job here. It's not to support TWB or support Cal. It's really to make money. As long as you make money, everything will be easier. Let me see how many of you all make money today. Okay, all right. For those in the Hang Seng M1 trading, you make money, please type HK. That's all I want you all to do. So let's see how many of you all make money. Okay, Anthony, make money, very good. Angeline, make money, very good. Wow, Wei Xiong, you also make money, excellent. All right, that is good. All right, how about the rest? Maybe they are all busy right now. Okay, never mind, I will just move on. Okay, so let's look at the Dow Jones. Sorry, I deviated a bit just now, apology. Okay, let's go. Now, Hang Seng, sorry, the Dow Jones today, let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Okay, now the Dow Jones, today, the opening price is between the pivot 1 and pivot 2. And again, the market had just touched a KCB at 35,073, and then it rebounded. Okay, now KSI is still green in color. Okay, green in color. So the upside is still there. Okay, so today, as long as the Dow Jones stays above OP, the market will still generally be going up. Okay, so traders, upside potential, it is still there. Okay. Upside potential is still there. Only if the market breaks below OP, the selling potential will bring it down to pivot 2. But again, because the KSI is green, the downside potential is -1 to -2. So traders, you don't need to, get too worried. You can still a lot of room to go. Okay. Now, only thing is this: yesterday we have another CCYR on the day chart. It's red, yellow, red, yellow. So by right is a new zebra. Okay, the new zebra formation. So what you need to do is a new zebra. You cannot use the old one anymore. So this is a new zebra. This is the low. And then this is the high. Yeah. Red, yellow, red, yellow. So this is the new range right now. So this new range for this zebra now is about 465 points. 465. Okay. A new range. Okay. New range. So 465 range. Okay. So which means that if the market goes down, it can go down by another 465 points. Okay. But on the flip side, if it goes up, it can go up by another 465 points. So you have two sides of it, upside and downside. Okay. So what happened is this. This is the key crux here. Now, because currently now the market is now nearer to the downside, right? Okay. On one side, it makes sense that if the market breaks below, you sell down to go down by 465 points. So it makes sense this way. The other way is that if you are bullish, you can actually consider to buy here, because if the market goes up, okay, it can go up the entire length. That means the upside could be as much as 800 over points. So that is a good thing about when you're buying near a technical point. If wrong, okay, you need to lose some. But if you're right, you make a lot of times more. So that means that at this point X right now, if you believe the market is bullish, you should buy here. And then your stop loss will be just below the zebra foot here itself. And then if the market goes lower, you can turn short. You understand? But on the flip side itself, okay, and if it goes up, right, you can make up many, many times because the range is so tight right now. So understand, upside itself could be as much as 800 points if you are buying on the upside. Downside itself is of 465 points. Can you understand? Okay. Because now the market is off the lows, so that's why about 800 points. All right, so you understand my point? So upside is 800 points. Downside is for 465 points. Okay, got it? Yeah, so I give you two sides of the coin for buying and for selling. Okay, so you guys you will know what to do on your own. Okay, remember that. You will know what to do on your own. Okay, remember, I always give you both sides of the coin. Okay, but looks like the Dow is going up. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Okay, NASDAQ. Okay, NASDAQ, we have a bit of intermittent pullback yesterday, but you can see almost it recovered very fast. And now it's almost like whatever they lost yesterday is back already. Okay, so MLP for today. The MLP for today is at 15,693 level for the NASDAQ. The MA30 is very far away, so there's no reason for panic. So for NASDAQ, because remember this, the Federal Reserve every month is still going to pump in $120 billion. And we all know that a lot of it seemingly goes to the 5 counters, the FANGs. So which means that it's a no-brainer that NASDAQ could be going higher, or even it's going to come down, the downside is going to be limited. So that's the reason why I say NASDAQ is a bit hard to short right now, because the 120 billion, although they say 80 billion buy this, 40 billion buy that, we all seem to know that it seems that it goes and trickles into the FANGs counters. So the FANGs counters, like they have this granddaddy, godfather buying for them regardless whatever happened. And that's why every pullback itself, right, is present a buying opportunity for them. So because of that itself, right, the NASDAQ downside potential is going to be very little, unless tapering really kicks in, unless the interest rate kicks in. If not itself, right, NASDAQ to come down is going to be tough. Okay, so you heard me from my mouth itself. I'm telling you, the downside for NASDAQ is going to be tough, right? So you have to wait for a while. If you want to short the NASDAQ, my personal advice to you is just wait for a while. It is still not a time yet, really not time yet. Fundamentally, not there. Technically, very difficult. Okay, so for NASDAQ itself today, opening price is actually above pivot 1 already. So which means that today above OP, above pivot 1, by default, NASDAQ is a buy. By default, NASDAQ is a buy already. So traders, KSI is also green in color. So by default, it's a buy. So NASDAQ is going to go up. Okay, so traders, if you are long in NASDAQ, right? I mean, you're short in NASDAQ, you should be very careful on this right now. I mean, I love to call for sell at the top level, but when the techniques doesn't allow that, it's really pointless to call for something. So you understand my point? We don't call things for the sake of calling it. We call it because we know it may give us profit. But if the market is not ready yet, just wait for a while. No choice, just wait, okay? S&P 500. Now, S&P 500, yesterday we had a pullback, but this morning, because of the Dow and the NASDAQ now, it's recovering. Yesterday, the MLP was here at 45, 42. Yesterday, remember I told you at 45, 41. Yesterday, I told you for S&P 500, 45, 41 is a very important technical point. If you look at the 15-minute chart, it'll be a playback. Yesterday, you see that? Yesterday for the NASDAQ, for S&P, it ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. But once it loses the ding dong, it came down, the first wave. Now, what is crazy is the second wave. Look at it. When it go up, right, look at it. The market really perfectly hit the MLP level and then couldn't go higher, and then it came down. So again, this MLP is so powerful. As long as you put it in, you must know how to utilize it. The way of utilizing is that if you are a short seller, okay, example, you just have to short sell here and stop loss put here. You understand? So you have the lowest risk versus the highest return. Now, of course, the market may recover and make you lose money. But if you make you lose money, you can turn around and go long. Then like that, you will make back your money again. So your entry to stop loss must be very, very near to the point that you accepted the loss so that in exchange, you make a lot of profit. Of course, too near will get triggered easily. So it must be reasonable, it's distant, reasonable. But as long as reasonable distance, you put a bet in itself, right? You may lose, all right? Or the probability of losing is high, but the risk involved is small versus the reward. And if the reward really comes in and pays you, the reward will amplify or overwhelm the losses and you make money, you understand? Because let's say example, if the market goes down all the way here, you can see that it's 1 time, 2 times, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 to 8 times. So if you risk $100 here, you will make back $700 here. Even you don't make at the lowest point, you make halfway, $500 also good, $300 also good. You understand? So that is how you trade. Trading is about like this risk-reward ratio with a technique and an understanding. You got my point? So this is why I say it's all about risk-reward ratio. Okay? Clear? All right, if everybody clear on this, please keep the word clear, C-L-E-A-R, all right? Okay, so while you are putting the word clear, I can continue my sharing for today. Because again, I think this is a really good time to make money from the market because the market is getting a bit more momentum moving, so we can look at it. Okay, so today's MLP, it will be here. All right, so the S&P MLP is at 45.34 level. The MA30 is interesting, is something like coincide with the -1 times 1 level. So if S&P stays up, it will go back to MLP. MLP is 45, 33, 34 level, right? 45, 34 level. And if it goes down, you come back down to the 44, 92. So for S&P at the moment now looks kind of supported. So I cannot deny this. Likely it will be going upwards if, let's say, the NASDAQ stays up also. All right, Angeline, Michael, Janet, all very clear. Okay, excellent. All right, I just hope you guys remember this lesson today. Very good one. Okay, let's look at the S&P. Okay, S&P has already had to recover this morning. KSI is green in color. So green color, normally above OP is a buy. Upside potential is 45, 42, something that we know. Downside potential is 45.09. And again, today is a CCYR on the day chart, but now the market is trading above OP, so you cannot activate a sell yet. Only when the market goes below OP, then you can activate a sell, okay? Only when you see that. If not, you can't do it right now, okay? All right, so traders take note of that, huh? Okay. Okay, just me a minute. Let me just do my own personal stuff first. Yeah. Done. Okay, done. Okay, let's look at the DAX market. Now, yesterday, DAX pulled back down. Okay, yesterday, DAX pulled back down. MLP was 15,860, remember? And we also talked about the MA30 at 15,828. So you look back and replay the tape again. You can see that yesterday, once the market loses the MLP, it goes down immediately, hit the MA30, recover, hit MLP, couldn't go up, pull back again. So you can see that how the MA30 works, how the MLP works. You see how beautiful. Break the MLP, came down, touch the MA30, rebounded, hit the MLP again, came back down. So you can see that it is really, really useful. It's just not two lines there. It tells you a lot about what you can do with the market. Okay, anyway, MLP for today is kind of interesting. MLP is somewhere near to where it was yesterday. And the MA30 is slightly higher today also, despite the down day. It was just mathematics. So the MLP for today, DAX is 15,866. The MA30 is 15,833. So, well, from what I'm seeing right now, there is a chance that the DAX will recover today because you can see that the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, S&P 500, the Hang Seng's all recovering. So there's a good chance that the DAX may recover. But if DAX continue to sell, that will bring a dampener here itself. So I would say that, right, it all depends a little how the DAX behave. But the way I look at it is that it does seem to me that there is a small potential because you must understand on the 9th of September is the ECB governing bodies meeting. It's just like their own, their so-called their own Jackson Hole like that, okay, for European side. So 9 of 9, so which is tomorrow. So traders may be a bit wary of this because they don't want to hear the word taper from ECB itself. So the market may actually take some profit today. All right, so there's a chance of market taking profit. Then of course, if we know that if ECB side, they're not going to do any tapering, then the market will recover expected. But if let's say for some stunner, okay, ECB say we may need to do some tapering because of the inflation, right? Wow, then the DAX will come down very fast. So watch out for this 9 of 9, which is tomorrow, okay? That is the thing here for the market. The market may actually, anything can happen. It may come out a stunner and everybody is shocked. Okay, so watch out for that tomorrow. Okay. All right, so we are done with this all the indices. Let's look at the Nikkei. Where are you, Nikkei? There we go. Wow, Nikkei yesterday recovered all the way. Now Nikkei was so strong yesterday. Okay. Because the dollar strengthened. So the dollar strengthened, the yen went down. So the Nikkei initially came down first. Then it strengthened all the way up now. Now it's back to 30,000. The low yesterday, Nikkei went down to 29,600. And today, and then it recovered 400 points from the bottom, all the way up itself. So this is the bullishness of the Nikkei, bullishness of Nikkei. But it's still below my target level of 30,200 level, okay? So for Nikkei today, MLP will be somewhere here. So we are at the MLP level right now. The MA30, obviously, is here. So the next number is MA200. So put MA200 first. Okay. All right. So very clear. And the market definitely broke the downtrend. So I remove this line away. No need to have this line anymore. Okay. So this is what's happening for Nikkei. And Nikkei will likely stay around here because of the weaker yen and the stronger dollar right now. Okay. So that's what happened on Nikkei. You look at the Nikkei day chart, the TWB system. Okay, for Nikkei today, the opening price is below pivot 2, but the KSI is green in color. So as long as the market stays above 29,951, above pivot 2 is a buy. Okay, it's a buy. All right. Okay. All right. So that is going to cover all the indices. Okay, let's look at the commodities right now. Okay, let's go. Now, yesterday gold plunged. All right. Why it plunged? I don't know. But I know a few things. Number one, we have MLP here. Remember, the MLP for gold yesterday was 1824. 1824. So you look back again, the replay. Okay, the replay. Now everybody take a look. When the gold was basically moving, you can see that it was moving up. Then it crosses the MLP. This is the MLP yesterday. MLP. Okay, at 1824. Okay. So once it goes up, okay, everybody that's going up, right? But you notice again, I told you, right, this is a BNB right here. Then after that itself, it pulls back. And once it goes below, you notice that once it goes below MLP, something is not correct. And once it goes below OP, oh no, everything is going downhill already, right? And after that, the gold just kept on coming down all the way. And I told you there will be a technical level at 1793, remember? I told you that there's a technical level at 1793, and once it hit 1793, it rebounded. Remember that? Those who remember that I say 1793 as a technical level for gold, all right, please key REM. If you remember that I did say there's a technical level to watch out for gold is 1793, please key REM. I mean, yesterday, really, there's a lot of spot on calls yesterday. And it really all happens. And it's not just by luck, but it's just that these are the techniques that you learn. And we talk about it in the live session like right now, and it happens. So all you need to do is that you just have to follow. Okay, so same thing again. Why would people yesterday buy gold yesterday? Because when the traditional indicators like RSI yesterday comes down to here, right, which is like below 30, right? Many students actually text me, say they went to buy gold here. Okay, they went to buy gold. Yeah, they want to buy gold here. I say, why? They say that because the last few days goes up. I say, it doesn't go that way. Then after that, when the RSI come down again to here, they went to buy more gold here. That's why yesterday, you look at it, the group chat was so quiet because people went the wrong side. They went to buy gold instead. And then after that as well, right, when it comes to this point again, they went to buy even more gold. Oh my goodness. So when the gold plunged below 1,800, right, many people got hit. So what I'm trying to explain to you guys is this, guys. You really, really must remember that you cannot use the conventional way to trade the market. If conventional way can make money from the market, you won't be here today with me. Now, I'm not trying to say that we are better. I'm not telling you this stuff, right? When the traditional method doesn't work, right, the opposite will happen. That means that if the RSI hits this point here, the RSI hit 30, it should rebound. It must rebound. If it doesn't rebound itself, right, the selling will be even worse. So because of this itself, right, because previously when the RSI hit 30, the market rebounded. So it's very easy for you to be illusioned by this field. And that's the reason why people thought that it's so simple. If trading can be just like RSI and then just buy the low, sell the high, then I will tell you that all of us will be multi-trillionaire running around in the world. But the answer is no, that is there's no chance of that happening. So if you follow what I tell you, right, you would have actually, you know what to do yesterday. All right, but anyway, it's past. I just only hope that you guys can learn something out of this every time. My job is to repeat like a broken recorder, and hopefully it works for you, okay? All right, so now what do we have right here? Okay, so first of all, the 1793 stays because it's a chocolate bar and come a KCB already. The MLP for today, it will be here. It will be somewhere here at about 1808 level. The MA30 level for today will be here. Okay, so now trading above 1797. Okay, 1797. The MA 200 is kind of very nearby. It's 1802. Okay, so very simple. Everybody pay attention to details. Support level will be at about 1793 because we saw that yesterday very nicely. 1793. Okay, that's the first support level. The resistance level now will be the happen to be the MA 30. But wait, MA 30, and that is 1797. The MA 200 is 1802. Okay, so pretty simple. All right, if gold can stay above 1793, is supported. If it can stay above 1797, like right now, the buying momentum is there. 1802 will be the first resistance. So if let's say I'm a buyer right now, if I buy gold right now, my entry price is at now 1798. My stop loss, I can place it below 1797, which is like below MA 30. So of course you give some range between 1795. All right, but you must understand that 1793 is a support level. Okay, so get in between of that. So if you're right, the gold will go up to 1802. So you make some money out of that. If you're wrong, the price goes down, you trigger a 1795 stop loss example, and then you monitor the 1793. If the market loses 1793, then we may have a problem because the gold price will come down lower. How low will it go? Well, if I look at it correctly, it will go down to 1779. Yeah, 1779. Okay, so 1779. I think some of you already can read my mind. I saw some of the posting already. You all write the same number already. Okay, so let me just do the thing. Gold support at 1793. MA 30 at 1797. Upside resistance at 1802 and downside potential at 1779. Okay, got it? So I already given you the levels, and you guys can do your mathematics and you'll play around with it and see whether end of the day can you get your bearings correctly and you trade according to plan. So again, there's no way to tell you which side is correct, which side is wrong. My job is to tell you that this is what you can consider to do. All right, those ranges are there already. You use a technical point, use the color change and stuff like that to get your things done. Okay, yeah, indeed. So you see that I give you a lot of good deals here. Okay. Okay, so done. Weekly chart wise, you can see that we have a very strong pullback here. Well, actually, I say I am not half surprised this pullback come in because I told you, right, 1820 is a very strong MLP level. Well, basically, you can see that every time the gold goes up, it gets resisted. And 1820, which is here, is the very important technical point that the gold seemingly have great problem going through it. We thought that last weekend it did it, but apparently recovered. So it didn't happen. So maybe now it will hit down first. It may come down to this point and then go back again. Who knows, right? So if it happens, that it will be very bullish for gold already. If gold actually behave like this, hit down and recover, right? It'll be very, very bullish already. Okay, it'll be very, very bullish. Okay, so let's look at today's gold, shall we? Okay, so for today's gold, the opening price, actually a CCYR on the day chart. So by right, below OP is a sell already, and the KSI is also red, so all the way is a sell. So below OP today will be a sell. So traders be careful on that. Below OP is a sell already, okay? But now it's staying above OP, right? So that means that it become a buy, but the upside will be limited between KTR +1 to KTR +2. So down upside is limited around this area here, KTR +1 to KTR +2, okay? But, okay, so take note of that. And also, it also closed below the cage yesterday for the first time. So that means there's also a lot of selling pressure. I mean, gold can come down later. Okay, gold can come down later. So traders, take note of that. Okay, I've given you a technical point already. You can put it in and then you can decide from there. Huh? Okay, so I'm done on the gold. Let's look at the next one, which is crude oil. Now, crude oil, I told you that's a very important technical point at 67.72 yesterday. And again, if you do the replay, you can see again, it works beautiful once again. Look at it. Hey, where is it? Yeah, correct. Okay, so yesterday, you can see that, right? Crude oil was dangling around here. Then when it came down, it went all the way down, hit the level I mentioned. And you see that beautifully, it stopped there. You see what is the technical point is that all these are technical points based on moving average. And you look at it, how incredible the accuracy is. So all you need to do is just going to buy somewhere around here, stop loss here. You know, you just keep on doing that. Your risk reward ratio is worth it. That means that if you recover, the upside is there. It'll be easily 2 times, 3 times. So when you make money, right, you should make, when your risk is 1, your reward must be 2 to 3. Like that, then it's worth it. I know that you may say, well, Kel, but what if it comes down? I know that this is the what if part, but the point is that you have to trust what you're seeing right now. If the market hit a technical point and recover, you just have to follow through and buy. You understand? You don't need to think about whether what if. There's no what if here. You just have to put it in a trade and let the market decide. You understand? So of course you may say, Kel, it's just like hindsight telling, it's like easy, you know, you do it on your own, it's like kind of difficult. I understand. I never say that it's easy. I'm just telling that it's the way to trade. And you have to utilize this method to exercise your risk reward ratio. If not, forever you'll be doing high risk, low return. Then that will be very bad. Okay. All right. So now look at it now, my friends. The MA30 seemingly almost unchanged, a little bit only. Let me just put it in properly. So it's $67.68 today. 6768 today. The MA30 is 6768. Okay, very close by. Okay, and the MLP is somewhere here, about 68.44, touches MLP just now and pulls back a little bit. MA30 is also slightly, MA200, sorry, slightly higher, about here, 66.39. All right, so all these are the areas to watch out for crude oil. Crude oil have been stabilizing at the MA30 for quite a while. So this is quite concerning, because if let's say it stabilized at this point for quite a while, that means this is going to be next. That means this is going to be next. Either that you're going to see okay, that means not either, sorry. It should be like this. Oh no, because it's been triggered. It should be higher. So this is going to be happening. Okay. So I don't know which side where the crude oil goes, but the point is this, we know that when crude oil goes up, right, equity market also goes up. So if the crude oil goes up, look out for the Dow. But if the crude oil price goes up and the Dow doesn't go up, right, that means it's a problem already. I mean, inflation is creeping into the system already. Now, if the crude oil goes down and the Dow goes down, it's kind of normal because, as I said, most of the counters are also energy driven. And of course, if the crude oil price goes down, it may pressure the equity market down also. Okay, so watch out for crude. And we look at crude oil for the conventional, sorry, the TWB system. But the KSI is green and the market opens between the two pivots. So relatively at the moment now, any pullback here will be a good buy. So from the chart looks like, right, above OP is a buy, but if you go down to KTR -1 to -2, I think it's a better buy because everything looks positive. Yeah? Okay, you try to buy cheap. Okay, all right, so we already know what to do. We are clear. We have covered everything. Let's look at the cryptocurrency, shall we? Now we can see that now Bitcoin is Ethereum first. Okay, do Ethereum, never mind. Ethereum basically came down, crashed down, hit the 50% marker, woohoo, recover back again. So very strong. Ethereum now is 35.23, went down a low of, I think the low was below 3,000. That was a very good steal. If you had bought at 3,000, good steal already. Okay, so now I put a number first. This is the MA30. The MA30 shows that the resistance will be at about 36.09. Okay, 36.09. I believe that if Ethereum can cross 3,600, it will go up. It will go up. But if it get resisted, then it may pull back down again, and this may bring it down to 33.50, which is now is happening today. Big range. but the downside can bring it down all the way back to this point, which is 3,036 level. So I believe that if Ethereum can cross the MA30, it should go higher. Yeah, this is for my view on this Ethereum. Then of course we have Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin also did a very BNB, and now it's trading at 47,000 level, and it's hanging at the thread at 46,000. That is a 50 percentile level. And I told you for Bitcoin, when it recovers, right, there will be a strong resistance at the 61.8 level. And indeed, it really happened. You see that? So it couldn't go up higher. It pulls back, and when it pulls back down, it goes down to the Fibonacci level. It is 46,000, and when we go down further, it went down to the next Fibonacci level as 42,000. That's the reason why I forecasted that. And sadly, I missed it by a little bit. Wasted, huh? Okay, so now what do we have right now for the for this counter? Okay, so first of all, we have the MA30 level. MA30 level shows that the MA30 is at 48,000 level, so we are still about 1,000 plus level away, so a bit far, but still for Bitcoin, anything is possible. So as long as the market can go back to above MA30, it will be a buy for the Bitcoin. 48,700. 48,700 will be the main support. Okay, I'm sorry, the main resistance to cross over to be a support, to be an upside. Now the MA200, sorry, let me do it. The MA70, sorry, my bad. The sound was MA11. The MA70 is at the bottom at 42,000 level. So you can see that it also coincides with the 38.2. So if the Bitcoin do come down to this point here, I think it's a relatively good try, good punt. This point here, a good punt. Punt means you gamble, okay, on that. Okay, all right. So how about our TWB chart? Now TWB chart today for Bitcoin doesn't look too pretty. The opening price is below pivot 2, hence therefore, right, if it goes below OP, they'll still be selling because it's below pivot 2, right, below OP. KSI is still green, blue bars are already there, so it's a bit of mixed bag in the indicators, but as long as the market stays above OP, that's fine, okay? And for Ethereum today is a very different story. You can see that Ethereum today, the opening price already above the pivot 1, so by right, once it opens, right, you can buy Ethereum this morning because it's already a CCRY trigger buy. So on hindsight now, you can see now very clearly that once the market stays above OP for today on the Ethereum, when you go above OP, it was a buy here. All right, it came down, stop out probably, and then now you buy again, you make money. Now you add on position, you make money. All right. So three trades for today, 2 win and 1 loss. Okay. So at least you know how to utilize the TWB system. All right, that's for Ethereum. So you must know how to utilize it. Okay. So pretty cool, right? Yeah, indeed. All right, don't go away because we haven't finished the fundamental yet. Let me just cover back the fundamental first. Now, Morgan Stanley downgrades US stocks. Apparently, they say there's a bumpy September-October month. Okay, this is what they say. Well, they say that because at this moment now, we are here whereby the outside risk to growth policy and legislative agenda, they lower equities, and they think that, right, it's time to look into like Europe and Japan. Japan, okay lah. Yeah, Europe a bit high, Japan still can. All right, so they just show you that this is the incredible run for S&P since January this year, all the way, wow, really unstoppable. So underpinning the Morgan Stanley bearish view is because of the potential tapering, and it says that, right, usually since March, the cyclical have very struggled. And they say that inflation now, and it started to creep in, and now they believe that eventually the tapering will come in, and that's why this Morgan Stanley, they have a bit of the downside. And of course, they are one of the most bearish view, okay? So they are looking at that. Normally, most people now is looking at about 4,600, but they're the one looking at 4,300. So they're actually one of the bearishness. So can you trust them or not? Okay? Now, of course, there's another guy here. Oops, sorry. This guy called Julian. Okay. He says that the market, he's a bullish guy, FYI. He's a very bullish guy. He says that the market is bullish, but it's time to take some profit off the table. He felt that currently now the market price action is trying to mimic the late 1999 and since the NASDAQ movement, and expect a 10 to 20% pullback. So he said that now if the inflation is at a high level and the yields creeping up, then of course it makes sense that the market will pull back. But he says this, well, if a pullback really happens, it's good because he believes that it's a good time to navigate and also look at for a good opportunity to buy in October. Now, this is very different from what Tom Lee have said. Tom Lee said, he says September market will go higher and October market come down. But apparently for people like them who reach it who do it the traditional way, they says that because the traditional method is that September is a month of the market will come down usually, and then after that, October, the market will goes up. So it's really two camps. The camp that use the statistics, the other camp is this Tom Lee camp who says that no, September rally, October come down. So who do we believe? All right, that's another interesting thing. All right, so different views, right? But of course, this Barclay says that no, it's no sell-off. They believe that the market will rise. So Barclay says that nope, I think it'll go higher. In fact, Barclay thinks that the S&P will go to 4,600, and if you believe that there will be more upside because the company's earnings are doing well, it says that the tapering will not be there so soon, and also we believe that the EPS, okay, earning per share will be higher. So basically for Barclay, they think that right, this is actually a good time to buy. So you can see that three different camps, three different fields. They are all fund managers, licensed people. They went through all the resources that they have, but like three different views. So what do you think, guys? I also don't know what the views is, but end of the day is that right, we do know that means September and October the market will be very volatile because we have one camp calling for buy, that's fund spread, but a camp calling for sell, that's remaining. So maybe they're just playing the wayang here, one call for sell, one call for buy, and confuse people. I really don't know. All right. But I know one thing is that yesterday the VIX index went up yesterday. I told you guys the VIX can buy about 16 level. I gave you a very good warning. And yesterday VIX went up to 18, so went up by about almost 10%. So that's why I tell you this. At least mine is very clear cut. I tell you what to look out for, where to buy, and also tell you the downside risk and potential upside. So for those who actually make money on VIX, congratulations to you. Okay. All right. By the way, AIMS provide that. You can trade AIMS on VIX. All right. Later I'll text you guys how does it work for VIX. Okay, the margin and stuff like that. Okay, that will be all for today. Thank you guys once again for today. I wish you all the best in your trading. I've given you a lot of good ideas today. Reconsider what I say, and hopefully tomorrow I'll see you with more profits. Okay, this is Cal signing off. Have a great day. Bye-bye.